things. No, my question was, I was wondering how it
affected the industry.
Yeah, and how...
Well, look, I mean, from our point of view, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, we're cheaper.
But not cheap enough, which is why it's all done in Texas now.
But it's a job that you show up for, and I like it. Because I don't have to deal with, Scotty. No spitballs.
Thank you very much.
Well, I throw a few at myself. Just
to keep in the flavor.
Yeah.
It honestly isn't nearly as much fun. I mean, people have said, what's
lonely.
What's the greatest show you've ever worked on? I think just pound for pound. A, I'm super proud of the show. B, it was revolutionary at the time. C, it had great writing. But the cast was, and I'm talking about Beast Wars, like working with that. You have no idea how much fun that room was. Except I had to sit next to Al, which always made me creepy when he went on tarantulas. So I felt dirty.
We need more energy.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So my question, I have one for each of you, and it's regarding scripting. So Alec, it was actually about tarantulas' laugh. Was that scripted, or did you put that in as you went?
Sorry, which?
The cackle that tarantulas
Oh, well, there's always an indication in the script that something happens. And then they let you go.
Oh, okay.
Actor does something here.
And then they go, that's too much. And then you don't go.
Get the actor to do less here.
And Scott, my question for you is the banter that went on between Rat Trap and Dinobot. How much of that was scripted and how much of that was improvised?
The whole thing was 100% me. There's no actual writers involved.
Yeah, he's being treated for that now.
Yeah. I'm on. It's two of the blue pills and one of the green pills. Don't mess that up, by the way.
No, he would do a scene, like he'd do a scene with himself.
And they would leave.
And we'd just sit around and go have a sandwich, go for a bite. Yeah.
One more crack like that and I really take you out the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do about it there, Dino Boo? I mean, I was kidding about the... Oh, boy. I know. Shut up, Rick. Yeah, and they would be out having coffee. Well, that's what it's like inside my mind. That one, though, honestly, to answer the question, it was scripted. The writing on the show was solid and great and needed no improvement from us. Sometimes they do let you go. Like, if anybody watched Reboot at the time, all that stuff would hack and slash on the other hand. They would let Gary, like they would have Gary and I read it once as per the script, and then they would just go, do something. And we would do it, and they go, okay, that was great, do something else. Okay, that was great too, do something else. Okay, that sucked, let's go back to the script. So sometimes you get to play. I think the only, for myself, to answer Al's question, for me, see the way I just shaved right there? It was amazing, wasn't it?
Makes me look smart.
With figuring out Silver Bowl, because the first episode was going like, you know what, I'm not really, they're like, just your voice. And then I was farting around in the studio and I just went, citizen. And the writers and I both went, did something just click there? Something just clicked. All right, citizen. So that's that.
Yeah, I mean, you often find it in the room. Like, you don't necessarily go in with a lot of preordained ideas about what you're going to do. It's truly creative in that sense, that it actually all happens in the room. It's goofy.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thomas.
Yes.
Sir.
I mean, a nice thing for you.
Question for both of you guys. What's your fondest memory of Campbell Lane?
Oh, wow.
Oh. Well, just knowing him. I mean,
Yeah. Did you guys ever get a chance to meet him? He was a bundle of amazing, twitchy, manic, wonderful, energized, amazing.
yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah. when the very first show I ever did was The New Adventures of He-Man, and he was Skeletor in that. That was when I first met him. And it's a strange memory, but back in those days, you could smoke in the studios. So we'd be like hacking away the butts. And then they had to move it into the hallway. So Cam would stand in the studio with the door open and his hand and mouth. And the last spot in.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
Yeah, that's.
I wish he was still around.
Thank
But
you.
you know, you'll be saying that about me in a few years. I just turned 65.
I miss you already now.
I don't have to work anymore because I got my first old age pension check.
And you get discount tickets.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, taxpayers. All right, the twin guy.
Yes, hello Alex.
Which one? You're the 10-minute early?
Yes, I am. Older one.
Oh, yeah, yes. I can tell the maturity.
The wisdom in the eyes.
I have two questions for both of you guys, if that's okay. I can ask them both to you. I'll ask Alec first, and then head to Scott. They're both involving. Sorry?
Never mind.
Okay. They're both involving your Beast Wars careers with the characters. Gotta say, by the way, my brother and I, we didn't start with G1 when we were kids.
Yeah.
The very first, we didn't even know G1 was a thing until Robots in Disguise came into America for Autobots vs. Predacons. We didn't know G1 existed, so we started with Beast Wars. And I gotta say, it's still today is our favorite TV show of all time to watch. Almost topped by Transformers Prime, but we'll talk about that in the
Right.
Yeah. So
Talk
Alec,
about that in the bar.
I have to. I wonder for two questions for you. So, how did you come to have interest in doing the role for Tarantulas?
Well, I hate to be blunt, but my agent sent me to an audition and I got the part.
Fair enough.
Essentially, that's what happened.
Okay, and
So, in other words, it didn't have much to do with me.
okay, you just did because it was.
Well,
got
then
the
I
job.
went in and I did the bit, and then they went, well, can you do it a little higher? So then I did the bit, and then it went, oh, a little higher. And then I finally got my ears. And then that was really painful. And then they went, that's the one we want.
So with that, how did you come to? How did you feel about the character experiences you did? Like, how did you get into the character? Did you enjoy doing him?
Well,
Was he
I mean, like,
challenging, or-
if you play a bad guy, then you gotta be lovable. Because, of course, the bad guys are always right. So that's how I approached it. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Did you think I was doing anything wrong?
No.
No.
It's
Yes.
Somebody said yes.
I'm always interested for Tarantulas. I've always been intrigued by him ever since I was a kid as well. I always said he was my favorite Beast Wars character of the whole show.
I think you're an unwell young man.
I know,
It's gonna need help.
just because like it was very similar to Stars from G1, but in his own way different. I was just like, him as a character, I felt was really straightforward in his directions and his plans, but at the same time, like, what made him do what he wanted to do? Starscream was pretty, complicated himself. And just,
Well, I mean, Tarantulas has more legs.
that he did.
You can't argue with that.
No, you can't. Thank you, Alec. Appreciate it.
I don't even know what I did.
We'll for answering questions.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Alec. Scott, jeez. I'm looking at him and looking at you, and I'm sorry.
You guys. Sad.
That was my Elvis impression, by the way.
Ask him about his hat.
I was actually, okay. Why the hat? It's always wearing it. Every picture I see, always.
Well, that's what the hair is stitched into. I just pull the whole piece off. The hat, really? Is that your question?
No. That was
All right, I'll answer the question.
Okay. So, you probably gonna see like all four, but if you had to pick one,
Which is that bad?
which one? Yes. I want to know. Like, which one do you enjoy the most doing?
They're all my children. I love them equally. They all come from my heart and my passion. They were all different. I get asked, what's your...
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Beast Wars, or Beasties, as we had to say up here in Canada.
Yeah.
Ratty and Gum Golly Gorilla and all their chums. Tonight on Beasties. Dinobot became this thing. Dinobot, and in the beginning it was like, hey, the coolest thing about that was getting a phone call going, hey, you booked 3 characters on this new series. Because I read for everything. I almost was 4. I was almost cheaper.
Yeah.
And then they went, okay, now we're just sick of them. No. We'll go with the real cheater instead. So it was like, okay, I'm playing like 2 bad guys and this one good guy. We didn't know. And I've done a lot of cartoons, a lot of North American, Saturday morning style animation, which is like save the world in 22 minutes. And which I assumed, like, okay, it's a Transformers thing, it'll be that.
Yeah.
And then the writing started to become fantastic, and that was, oh God, I'm having a total seniors moment. I think I borrowed it from you. I wouldn't know. Oh God, Larry and Bob, Larry Steele and Bob Ford, who wrote the whole Beast Wars, and they were phenomenal, and they were super budget thing. So Dinobot became this amazing thing. And of course, again, it's still just a job. And then when Dinobot, and then I did my first ever BotCon, which was my first Transformers convention, and you know, people were coming up and going, "When Dinobot died," it's like I'm going, "What?" It's got some stuff to it. So you know, from all the esoteric actor BS-y world of like, he was really interesting because he had this dynamic in this arc, and he was just kind of a complicated character. Right? He just made it sound like. The voice, by the way, was, I played Cobra Commander very briefly after Chris Latta passed away. I took that voice and I pitched it down 2 octaves because otherwise my ears would be bleeding constantly. So you go from here.
Alright, so I take this down and it's like, alright, now it's more comfortable. It hurts. Yes.
You know what? I mean, Rat Trap was probably the most like me. Waspinator just became this comedic goofball.
Yeah.
Which I still love Waspinator. It's the most. If I died today, it's the one voice that's mine. Except for the fact that even today, midday Saturday at this convention, I've heard 7 Waspinators that I went, I could retire. I was doing the voice and I went, you know what? I'm not as good as they are. Like, it sounds better. You guys blow my mind, and that's for like 20 years, people. I'm going, people do that voice. And now Tom Kenny does it.
Oh, right, but I don't know what to live in pineapple under the sea.
So that and Silverbolt was just dumb, but lovable.
Oh.
He was a paladin.
Yes.
So that was the long.
He was a surfer, wasn't he?
In my head.
Yeah.
I know I'm taking up some time, but I mean, I've always wanted to know in person your opinion of this.
Venus is stunningly beautiful.
Obviously, arguably one of the greatest moments in Transformers history was the episode Code of Hero. I want to know how it was like for you recording that day for the death of Dinobot.
It was like, well, there goes a quarter of my paycheck.
Oh.
You know what's weird is Dinobot knew that Dinobot was going to die.
Yeah.
You know, 5 episodes in, when you start getting into Hamlet, it's like, you should know.
To be or not to be.
Meanwhile, me is like, derpy, 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 derpy. Buster's going to go derping off to work today. Derpy, 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 derpy.
And the rest is silence.
Okay, I'm dead. When do I come back? It's like, oh, you don't, Scott. You're dead. Yeah, but I'm a cartoon dead, right? It was like, oh, no, you're actually dead. I mean, you don't die in cartoon. You're dead. You mean I'm dead? What am dead? Dead. And then everybody else in the room laughed. I do remember going like, hey, I'm trying to die in here. These monkeys.
Well, I died too.
Yeah.
I did. I died.
I think the tragic death was Scorponok and...
Oh, yeah.
The hand was back in season 2. It was like, yes, we're back.
That was sad.
Beautiful dog and beautiful dawn. And it was like, did we just fall into lava?
That hurts.
Yeah, it was weird. But I've watched Code of the Hero.
He's standing there expecting you to answer these
I know, I get it. I think I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ADDs, ADOS, squirrel, shiny boobies. What? I watched it and was very deeply moved by it. The thing that's amazing about Beast Wars, I don't watch TV. I didn't own a TV for 10 years. I certainly don't watch stuff that I'm in because I'm way too... I would... Like, Beast Wars for me was like, Thursday, yeah, I gotta go watch my show. I'm like the little rat guy. I could completely dissociate from the fact that I was in it and just go, this show is terrific. And then I'd go, oh, wait, I'm in it. Somehow it still manages to be terrific. It's weird. Okay.
Scotty's pretty humble.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for answering questions. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah.
Can you text on this?
Okay, let me just say it's really great to see both of you. Scott, terrific actor. I love all your characters from Beast Wars.
But
I cried when Dinobot died. Like, bawled, cried. More traumatic than the death of Bambi's mother. I was 8 years old. Coming to the slide.
That's kind of creepy, but I can dig the sincerity in it.
Yeah. Anyways, now this has nothing to do with Beast Wars, but what was it like working on Bucky O'Hare?
You know what? I love that show. What are you working on? It was one of the first things out there where I went, I think this one's really cool. And you know, they gave us, you know, I got to read some of the comic books and stuff. It's like, this is a really neat show. It was directed by Wally Burr. God rest you, Wally. The last time I saw Wally, he and I had a huge fist fight on this stage. If y'all were here for that. And then he dropped outside in the hallway and did 100 frickin' push-ups. So when I found out that force of nature was, there's a thing that we still use in the industry. It's called a crescendo. It's a term, you know, when you start a line like this and it ramps up. We call that a crescendo because that was very much a Wally thing. And I was thinking, you know, Wally's whole life was a crescendo. He started off, and then it just kept getting bigger,
from two
louder, and more amazing, and more amazing. Wally was an amazing soul. Anyway, so working with him was always interesting. It was cool, and then we were supposed to do 52 more, and it just disappeared. And I'm going, ducks don't actually talk or have 4 arms.
The cereal didn't sell or something.
Sad because it was a really cool show.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's get in there and karaoke some toads.
Oh, and Mr. Willows, a question for you.
Okay.
Because of your performance as tarantulas, has anyone ever told you that they got arachnophobia because of that?
Yeah, I was talking to a gal last night. It wasn't you, but somebody said, yeah, that they... But that actually, after the series, it was the opposite. They had arachnophobia, and then after my lame performance, they went, oh, I'm not afraid of a spider. He's just something like he's only got 7 legs. I mean, well, who cares about him? So I actually cured somebody.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm used to going for hands. This is so polite.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In your time with the breadth of both of your career, do you remember a character that was the most either vocally taxing or emotionally taxing, and that the idea of doing it again, you're just like, oh hell no?
See, it's weird. Actors are strange people. Usually you get a thing like that. It's like it was taxing and horrible. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that doesn't really. The challenges are the fun part. Like sometimes they'll ask you to do things that are physically impossible, that a throat is not meant to do. Case in point, Scotty's career. So that's always tricky, because every now and again you think they're going to find out that I don't know what I'm doing, and they'll probably fire me. And then I'll have to go sweep the street there, you know. So you're always on the hook, right? To produce, to come up with the goods.
So you've never had a character you had difficulty with?
Oh, that's what I mean. They're all extremely difficult. I did Wacky World of Tex Avery, Stretch and Pull, and I played Dapper Dan. We were always jumping out of planes, and he was always shoving big bottles down my throat. And yeah, that was tricky.
I played a woman on that series. That was also that was fantastic. The only thing that I've ever, you know, people go like, dude, you make sounds that are strange, and I was like, yeah. It's like, do you need a rest? Do you need a lozenge? It was like, no. But, and I touched on this earlier, after sort of, stepping into the shoes of Cobra Commander, because that's stratospherically high and just unbelievably shredded. And that's probably the only thing I've ever done where, I'd go, I'm kind of done. Honestly, I don't think I could do it now. Working on DBZ, on the other hand, was just like a workout. Dragon Ball Z. Because we never knew how long those screams were going to be. It's like anime. It's like you get like, beep, 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 and you're like, black out in the studio doing that. I almost blacked out on stage right now doing this.
But because you both have you've been in voice acting so long, have you found that, like, say, Dinobot and Snarl from Cybertron, they can sound kind of similar? Have you ever gone like, oh, I've done that one, oh, I've done that one too?
Sometimes stuff just, you know, I mean, yeah, there's no getting away. I mean, you know, Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. If you paint him orange and brown, it's the same voice as. There are certain limitations. Something like Snarl came up because that show happened very quickly. Like, it was just like, oh, we're doing this, and they go like, okay, you're doing this character, come up with something. You know, then you go, well, you know, my challenge then is to make the characters stand out rather than the voices. Like when I teach, I always say, you know, never do a voice, always do a character. Yeah, sometimes you get stuck. There's only so many things that, you know, they go, we want a big, deep, growly, snarly voice for this guy, and it's me doing it. The He-Man Masters of the Universe I did in 2003, again, that was like throwing my way. I was like, boom, you're also a merman. It was like, you know, $10,000 a second, come up with something, and so it was just kind of, now I'm worth $20 underwater. So thank you for pointing out our limited talent range.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Brian. Yeah, get out of here, will you?
Oh my God, it begins! This is a Tampa thing. It's spray cheese, kids. Now I should have.
How you guys doing?
Hey, buddy. Terrible now. We're doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Peachy King. Pretty
I
well.
like that.
John.
Now you're speaking my language. Peachy King.
My first question goes out to, well, one of my favorite characters in the show, as well as like one of the ones with the highest energy, was Jim Burns' Inferno.
Yeah.
And I just really wanted to know what it was like working with him, and especially if maybe his like over-the-topness helped like with the energy back and forth with some scenes.
Getting energy up in that room was never a problem. There was an abundance. The director's job was constantly going, would you guys just settle down?
Enough with the spitballs.
There's the spitballs and the paper airplanes and the craziness. You know, actually, because that did make an impression, because if you've ever known Jim or worked with him, he's a very present man. Like, you know, Jim walks into the room and it's just like, ooh, Jim's here. He's got this amazing charisma and presence. And it was odd to see him get so goofy with it.
Yeah, I know. It was
and I loved it. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Because even his performance in the studio, very earnest. Much like the character. Like Inferno was always, you know, he wasn't trying to be weird. You know, oh, royalty. I'm the queen. That sounded more like Jim Turner.
Well, I made a film with Jim years ago, and Harmony Cat.
Oh, okay.
And he's just, he's a consummate artist. So, you know, you put the phone book in front of him and he goes, oh, phone numbers, blah, blah, blah. So he's just totally adaptable. And of course his music career is proof of that. He's pretty versatile. You don't get a Juno Award by, you know, humming, you know what I mean? He's a bit of a genius.
I believe that. And my other question goes out to Scott, actually. One of the roles he actually did was in X-Men Evolution, and you were Wolverine, aka the one with obviously the best spandex suit. And my question...
Don't make me get up your knee, you're behind.
And I guess since it's kind of relevant, since it was I was just being tasked, since you were actually one of the voice actors for such a well-known character, how did you feel about Logan as a son?
You know what? That was possibly one of the coolest phone calls to get. It's like, because it's already cool. You know, getting a call about Beast Wars was like, hey, awesome. I'm on this new series. And then it became this thing. That, you're like, dude, really? I'm Wolverine? I didn't know he was Canadian. Wolverine has never been played right. And I can say this in this country. Well, first of all, I always get Australians, and I'm Australian. So. But it's like, it was like, hey, don't make me come over there. Now, we know, we are proud, we are Canadian. I've been to northern Alberta. you know, the real Wolverine is like, so fucking seen buddy coming over the hill there, right? Fucking just about dropped my fucking Ryan Coke, drop her on the ground, snick, let's frickin' go, man. That's the real Wolverine. There you go, right there. Frickin' pounds, you man. Right here.
And,
Just giving her, man.
and I guess just wording the same way as that question, what did you feel about the Logan film that came out this year?
I haven't seen a lot of them. I think it is neat. And I was going, well, I couldn't believe it. You know, that was honestly a thing, because they were shooting that movie, and they had a policy of we're not going to use anybody from the cartoon show in the movie. Although
They had some cameos.
yeah. Logan, I know because I did a thing called Origins, and it was in the West, and that kind of covered that. So I think it's cool that they're doing that with him. He's actually, you know, becoming not just a angry Canadian with gloves and teeth. But I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good.
It's really good. Yes. Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the questions.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
First of all, Scott, 10 seconds on that screen. You can do better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Question for both of you. I was just wondering, like, what would be your fondest memory, I guess, either in the booth or just like watching your work and you're like, oh my god, that's me. Wow.
Hey, listen, I have to tell you, because, well, I got into the voice business early, but I didn't do any tunes till I was about, you know, almost 40. And the day I met Scotty was the most significant day of my life. Because I went, hey, that guy's insane. like we're in a room with no windows. Nobody cares what we're doing. They're recording it. You can make a mistake and go back and you know what I mean? Like there's no pressure. And this guy's bouncing off the ceiling. Like he's ripping his own skin off just to get a take. And then I found out that's what it takes. That's what you have to do. And so I'd have to say the day I met Scotty. I really do. And plus, he came to visit me in the hospital.
That's true. I got nothing on that. No, I'm all but black. That was beautiful.
It's very true. You know, when you run into somebody and you go, I think I can learn something here. Well, no actor likes to admit to him or herself that they can learn something here, even though that's the underlying reason why you're doing anything, is to learn something. And then he proved that to me.
Sometimes you don't have to stay on the state-prescribed medications. Sometimes it's okay to go into a small padded room and scream.
Or you can go out there.
I get to take the voices from the inside, wear them on the outside.
I get my meds from a guy behind a dumpster with a tattoo on his face. Quarter ounce costs the whole deal. I love stuff.
There you go. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, now we're clapping.
Yo, Goober. What?
Hey, guys.
Goober!
Goober!
Hey, where's Gomer?
Dudes! How's it going?
Good, you got chicken on your head.
What, where?
Sorry, no, I was talking to the chicken.
Oh.
You got a goober up your butt.
That's just normal.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually have no thought-provoking questions for
Thank
you
you.
guys.
That's the other caveat is do not make the actors think they're not good at it.
What do you want to know, Goober? How to spell your name? Goober.
Astonishingly incorrect.
Inspect
Okay.
you and an umlaut.
I should just let you guys go. Just go.
Go ahead, Goober.
Okay, wait, brain fart. Oh, okay, yeah. So,
Oh, that stinks.
seeing as how you guys are such amazing entertainers, and you said that monkey tricks are allowed, I'd like to request Rat Trap, Waspinator, and Dinobot walk into a Dairy Queen, and Tarantulas is behind the counter.
I'm sorry, we don't serve Dinobots. Insolent server with your pimply skins.
Hey, remember, I'm lactose intolerant.
Any of you guys got any money? What is this money of which you speak?
He's talking about currency. By the way, no sprinkles on mine. I got nothing, Goober. I got nothing today.
Goober, get lost, will you?
Thank you, guys.
$100 and we'll come up with something, okay?
Thank you, that was marvelous.
Oh, thank you, YouTube. It will live forever.
That didn't work.
Daniel?
How are ya?
I see you sneaking up to the microphone.
Sure, why not?
I can see you. Speak.
I was wondering if I can ask about your appearance in The Flash.
If you could ask about my appearance in The Flash, it was very brief. Huh? See what I did there?
It was.
It was quick. It was a flash in the pan. It was a spectacular explosion of... The Flash threw me under the freaking bus. Seriously, what a dick. I mean, okay, I stabbed his desk. Okay, but I gave him the information he wanted. And then he just threw me under the bus.
Did you work with anybody else on that show other than the actor Porter?
No, they actually requested specifically to not have to work with me on that. I was just in that for the one episode. It was like a little quick guest spot. We were shooting in an abandoned insane asylum, which is always fun. Which I was shooting at the other day, because now I'm working on Riverdale.
My favorite insane asylum.
I can call it home.
I don't. This thing working.
Hello, check one. What was it like? It was television. It was, 15 hours of doing absolutely nothing and about 30 seconds of
Well, what did you have to eat?
The Crafty was terrific. Oh my God.
Oh, that means it's a good show. Lots of jujubes.
All the jujubes you need.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Right here. The hat? That's the question? All right, the hat.
You mean the hat?
The hat?
That's a question.
Okay, it's a hat. You know what? When I took, when I there was a guy that had this iconic hat. The very first convention I ever did in my life of that ilk, Stephen Bennett, who's an amazing manga artist, he wasn't able to make the convention, but he sent his hat. And I thought that was really cool. Outside of that, I've always been a hat person. I say Irvine, Texas. My ex-girlfriend says it was Houston. Point taken. I bought the hat because I bought hats and I've worked out my hats for a long time, and I kind of jacked it up and it became a thing. And then I wore it to a convention, and it became something kind of identifiable. And then convention life started to explode into weirdness, and the hat became more and more of an entity, and then it became something that I couldn't wear, or if I needed to get to someplace, we would put it on somebody else, and people would run after the hat, and it became a thing, and then that hat eventually disintegrated. So I went to the same store, Cavaliers Boot City, and I bought the same hat, and that was version 2.0, and because the first one fell apart into nothing, and then this back, another trip to 50 years, then this is version 3.0, and it will continue on long after I'm gone.
Oh my God. Hey, so what about your hat?
We're doing the cooking. Here, do the cooking with the here.
I cook in this hat.
Here, the cooking here.
No, I did, but it's actually lined with tin foil anyway, so I use it as a cooking vessel.
Oh, good. They surely have the fire in there.
We are at the 10-minute mark.
Oh God, okay.
By the way, what about the sardines?
What about the what now?
Yeah.
It's a Vancouver joke.
So
Okay,
we were going to go into what I like to politely recall lightning round.
And unfortunately, there's no such thing as a quick question. That's
Yes,
the
there
problem.
is.
If we do not get to everybody, I apologize profusely. They are doing free autographs over by the Greenwich room. The line is already formed for that, but it's all good. Okay, are you ready?
We're going to get these quick questions and quick answers. It's lightning round. Go ahead. Call number 1. You're on the air. Go. And too late. And
Alright, first off, it's really awesome to have the both of you.
Claudio.
You remember me! Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I've got
his whole family's backup.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
From Miami.
From Miami.
That is correct. Anyway, Scott,
Yes.
what's it like voicing the character in My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic?
What about it? The same girlfriend, ex, who gave me the loving thing about that, coined a term which I really like, which is polyphonic prostitute. That is what we are. We make sounds and words for a living. If you pay us money, we will do it. And why not My Little Ponies? And I get to do Broadway show tunes. Come on. Step into the modern world and put some speedy side of squeezy 6,000 to the test. It's showtime!
Thank you.
It's a paycheck.
Okay, that's actually awesome. What are you doing?
Nothing. Don't judge me.
He's cheesing.
Get this in Canada.
Lightning round. Lightning round. Speed of light round.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, how's it going?
Act faster.
Oh, totally way 100%.
Sure. All right. I know that. Yeah. So what's going on right now? I know you're probably not into the actually the toy thing, but now that we actually have Beast Wars masterpieces coming out, and that Dinobot's actually coming out next. Are you happy about that?
Am I happy that Dinobot is coming out?
Yes, you will.
Is that what you just asked me?
I did, yes.
Is that what you just asked me?
Yes, probably tarantulas later on. Would that be great? We found it.
You know, it's a cartoon universe, anything can happen. I just found this out from you, so my thing is like, hey! Okay.
Awesome.
Good, because we have 5 minutes.
Thank you for coming back to Toronto.
Thank you, bud.
When you say you've learned stuff from each other, what have you learned from the directors that you've worked with?
Everything. Everything. Especially when we started doing this. I mean, that was directors, you know, who were guys like Wally, Susan Blue, who directed. You know, these are the best directors in the world and in the business in cartoons. I learned so much from them. I learned so much from working. The first thing I did was to do Adventures of He-Man. I just remember watching Gary and going, wow, that man knows how to suck money out of a show. This is brilliant. And I'm sorry, that sounds cynical, but just the talent, the ability. Great directors will get you doing stuff that you just wouldn't think to do otherwise. And you go, I didn't know I could do that. I love great directors. I love them, I love them, I love them.
I like bad ones too. I mean,
yeah, because
somebody has to make a decision, and sometimes they make great decisions, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And when they do, you go, gee, I wish I'd thought of that.
Sometimes you get to fight them and make your ideas sound good too.
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen often.
That doesn't happen very often.
Hey, I have a bit of a silly question. I've heard from almost all the other voice actors on Beast Wars that Tarantulas' laugh really freaked them out. Did you ever sneak up behind someone and just like do it just to see them jump?
No, because it freaks me out. It freaks me out.
I can't go into a public washroom to this day because of that. I'm just saying.
It's too freaky. My wife hates it.
It's
I almost spit take. I swear to God, that's almost genuine, honest spit take.
Okay, it seems like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, I'm the last one. Okay, number 1, you guys are awesome. I'm so sorry, you're going to be seeing me all weekend. Number 2, I'll serenade you guys later because I was going to do that, but... No, it's okay. But number 3, what was it like working with Susan Blue?
Sue, really, I mean, I just said that. I learned so much of everything that I do. My ethos, my way of working, you know, whatever passions or energies I bring to the show, I learned from her. And that's straight out like, Sue, I don't...
No, she had a great attention to you wouldn't think there are any details involved in doing a voice job.
Unless you worked with Wally.
But then you find out, oh, there are. And she could really zero in on what that was. And she's a lot of fun to be around.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll serenade you guys later.
Oh, sweet.
Well, let's not do seriously. We got time. A lot of music in 2 minutes, baby.
Hey, buddy.
Spaces between the.
Don't listen to Scott. Just carry on.
Don't listen to me.
You have both played such excellent villain characters, and I would like to know if there is a secret to being so evil. And can you share it with me? Because I'd like to know.
I wear a weasel in my pants. It makes me feel evil.
I don't think, when you play evil, you don't think it's evil.
That's true.
You think, oh, he's got the right idea. Like for instance, in It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Potter, who tries to buy off George Bailey. Well, actually, if you look at modern economics, the way they're going now, Mr. Potter, who is an evil, evil bastard, he had the right idea. So whenever I play a bad guy, I think, no, I can embrace that. I don't take it home with me, because, you know, scares the cat. But I think you have to take a mindset that the guy is correct in his thinking, and that he's actually trying to do something good. That makes it really evil. Because then you can't even get through to the guy, right?
Yeah, you're playing Satan, but you gotta make him cuddly. It's like, hi, welcome to hell. My name is Satan. You can call me Stan if that makes you feel more comfortable.
Thank you so much.
And a good laugh will get you 1,000,000 miles in bad guy town.
Indeed. Nicely done. Thank you, guests.
Thank you very much.
Our next panel is the costume contest. We do have an extra minute for something. Serenade. She's kidding, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yes!
Yes! Also, who wants a Beast Wars cast reunion?
Yes!
Okay, Colin, it has to happen now. Let's see if I remember this.
I like that tenor ukulele.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one.
I already serenaded Alec, but I haven't serenaded Scott yet.
No, it's beautiful.
Tarantulas, tarantulas, does whatever a spider does. Spins a web any size, he'll betray all you guys. Look out, here comes tarantulas. Now Scott's turn. Dinobot, Dinobot, fights a lot and yells a lot. He's a weirdo with the lizard lips. Don't ask me, Ratchet wrote these quips. Look out, here comes Dinobot.
That was awesome.
That was insanely awesome.
If you can, please